Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. This is a question that I think about quite a lot. What are the classiest fragrances that money can buy? Why? Why do I think about it? Because I like to wear fragrances that are elegant, classy, and stylish. I don't particularly like fragrances which are very loud. And the reason is most of my time is spent in professional setting, and I quite like to dress in a classy sort of manner, and I think classy fragrances basically augment my style statement. And it's just one of those things, it's my taste, and if your taste is similar to mine, you're watching the right list. So classy fragrances, refined fragrances, elegant fragrances, what are they? The moment you spray them, you will sort of, the picture or the emotion in your mind will be of a refined, well-crafted, well-chiseled gentleman. And we all know that nobody comes into this world as a refined gentleman. You have to pick up those habits, qualities, personality traits, and you have to chisel them. You can't fake it, because sooner or later in a conversation, if you're trying to fake a very polished, well-read, well-educated, well-crafted gentleman in a conversation, it'll come out. It's something you can't fake. So it takes years of learning, understanding, knowing yourself, and being truthful to yourself to create a brilliant personality, a classy person. That's why there are so few of them. You see them and you know that this gentleman is true to his roots. There's nothing fake about it. So the scent would be exactly like that. You spray it and you know immediately that this is a very classy smell. Some of the notes I can mention as I go along. I'll tell you the attributes of that scent and the kind of person that this particular scent will sort of match with. So here we go. 10 of them, classy fragrances that money can buy. I've left quite a few alone, but there'll be a part 2, part 3, who knows. And so if your favorite doesn't appear, don't worry, it'll be in part 2 or part 3. So I'll start with a fragrance which is a vetiver fragrance. Now I could have picked Guerlain Vetiver Vintage, which I've reviewed and it's in my collection, but I left it aside because I wanted to pick something more contemporary, more modern, and more wearable. With time, things change. And now we are in times where we want to wear something which is easy, which makes it easy for you to fit in as well. You don't want to wear something which makes you stand out. Because I've done another video on that matter, which is high impact statement makers. This is not about statement making. This is about a very refined, classy, sort of, introverted, if you like. But that's not the idea. The idea is to let people walk into your scent bubble and experience the smell themselves. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. Now vetiver is a note which is associated with men. And here Tom Ford, in his own style, this is very unlike Tom Ford, but anything Tom Ford touches, look at his clothing, look at his suits, they're absolutely stunning for money. That's what he's done here. It's a very classy scent, subdued, slightly withdrawn, but extremely classy. He's mixed together notes of grapefruit, citruses, and vetiver, and brought in some warmth and a lot of radiance. This is not grey vetiver. It's very, very radiant. The number of friends to whom I've recommended this fragrance for their wedding day is, I've lost count now. They've all come back and said that they had a memorable scent for a memorable day. So grey vetiver is one of the most refined, one of the most well-cultivated fragrances you can own in your collection. It's so refined. It gives off an impression of a person who doesn't talk much, but is a high achiever, extreme high achiever. That's what I get from this fragrance. All business, no nonsense. Very, very dedicated, very calm, doesn't react too much. to anything, and very professional. That's how I see this. And in spite of that, it works in weddings as well. So if you're getting married this year, try sampling this. There's a new one out, which is Parfum. I haven't tried that yet. But for me, either of these three. So I've got the EDT in my collection. I've reviewed it. This is the Eau de Parfum, and I haven't tried the Parfum yet. Any of those three will do. And try and see which one suits to your taste. But for me, this fragrance is the fragrance of a quiet achiever. Next in my list is a Guerlain. And this is one of my all-time favorites. It was released back in 1965. And this is a fragrance of not only an achiever, but also of a very daring person. But obviously not a big talker. The talkers don't achieve much. So, Guerlain, Habit Rouge, EDT. There's a Parfum version out, which I didn't like, and I really was very, very severe on it. You can watch my reviews. I've reviewed everything. This one has been reviewed twice. The EDP has been reviewed. The Parfum has been reviewed. Every fragrance on this list has been reviewed. You can check it out, which one suits to your taste. You can try it out. But this one, for me, the EDT, is the most charismatic, daring fragrance. A fragrance of a person who makes things happen, not talk. Actions, deeds. That's what this fragrance is. Incredible. It is full of citruses, beautiful, warm, ambery leather, and classical florals. Rose, geranium, carnation. It's an incredible, incredible fragrance. Try it out and see which one you like. This is perfect for spring and autumn. This is perfect for any season. I would love to wear it in any season. There's beautiful leather here, new saddle leather. As I said, this is the smell of a person who's got plenty of attitude and gets things done. Next on my list is a Creed. And it's a Creed like no other. This Creed has been influenced or was made for Edward VIII, the King of England, who abdicated for his wife, the American wife. I was going to use a different word. But he was a very stylish man, very well known for his refined way he used to dress. And that's the case with most of the English royals that dress very well. So this one for Duke of Windsor is called Royal Mayfair by Creed. Royal Mayfair is incredibly unique. It's a barbershop scent with a little bit of a difference. So what's the difference? The difference is a note of eucalyptus. Wow. Pine, rose. See the difference? These notes together, they're just incredible. So pine, rose, eucalyptus, verbena, lemon verbena. There are many other notes I'm forgetting, but this is herbal and fizzy and invigorating, high energy, and obviously fit for a royal. So, and Mayfair is the most expensive postcode in London, if you didn't know that. So this is quite posh. So if you're looking for something posh, confident, unique, masculine, herbal scent, Royal Mayfair, this will not disappoint you. One of the most nicest fragrances from Creed. Next on my list is another barbershop fragrance. This is slightly barbershop. Next one is quite a bit barbershop. This is a reimagination of one of the first fragrances made for men. The first fragrance made for men was made in 1881 and was called Houbigant Fougère Royale. This is 2010 remake of that scent. And this scent has a note of chamomile which absolutely wins me over. Wow, this is a proper barbershop. So this has got loads of citruses and lavender mixed with beautiful, beautiful oak moss tonka. Those are the four notes. There's a fruitiness, floweryness, there's spices, and there's chamomile. Incredible fragrance. This is for people who are above 40 plus, like to wear high-end business suits, have a very, very well-cut personality, can hold a conversation in any situation with any sort of audience. Very, very confident, but grounded, rooted. Incredible fragrance. Smells niche quality. Full stop. Amazing, amazing fragrance. As I said, all the fragrances have been reviewed, so you can take your time going through my channel, look at these reviews and see which one suits your taste. Next on my list is a spicy woody fragrance like no other. Very refined. It is by L'Occitane, and this one is called Eau de Beau. Why is this so refined? You know, spices, and especially if it's done with woods, give off that flair, that impression. And this one here is cedar mixed with vanilla, but the spices are pink pepper and cypress, herbal cider cypress, and it's smoky. So make it smoky, make it spicy, and then warm woods. So vanilla and cedar, terrific fragrance. One of the nicest fragrances for autumn and spring. Again, a very refined feel about it, very polished feel about it. You can wear this to a business meeting, if you're a businessman, if you're a high caliber, a professional like a lawyer, anything. This will suit, it'll go. As long as you're wearing a very expensive suit and a nice shirt, it'll go. Fabulous fragrance. Next on my list is a very well-known barbershop fragrance, but with a twist. So this is again, excuse me, this was released back in the 1960s, I believe, and it was redesigned in the 2000s, 2012, if I'm not mistaken, and this is Eau Sauvage Parfum by Dior. This fragrance is taking the whole DNA of a citrus aromatic fougere and then twisting it on its head by including ambery facets. And the most amazing note here is myrrh. Now the problem is this fragrance is now discontinued, but the latest reincarnation, if you like, uses elemi. Elemi is beautifully sour and resinous and thick balsamic note, which goes beautifully with the scent DNA. The current version is equally fantastic. So this again is anyone's fragrance, 30 plus, just well dressed, well spoken, well educated, intelligent, confident person's fragrance. It really will make your style statement a little bit elevated when you put this on. Unbeatable fragrance. Eau Sauvage Parfum by Dior. Next fragrance on my list is a sandalwood fragrance. Sandalwood in itself is the most glorious note. I'm a big fan of sandalwood, and you wear that fragrance and you feel, wow, what's going on? You know, how can something like sandalwood create such an aura? So this fragrance here, Tamdao, is a statement in sandalwood with green elements, with rosy floral elements. It's an incredible note of rose, watery rose, mixed with a superb note of myrtle, and that myrtle and rose create a beautiful sensation, peaceful, calm, enigmatic, high energy, very comfortable in their own skin, that kind of scent. Tamdao is one of the most critically acclaimed fragrances when it comes to sandalwood fragrances. Sandalwood fragrances are many because it's one of the most well-known base notes, if you like. But here it's the primary note, it's the primary sort of focus area, if you like, and it's been augmented by some brilliant combination of myrtle, cypress, green herbalness, and then obviously rose and ambery notes. And the sandalwood note in itself is a miraculous note here. You'll never go wrong with this. You know, if you're going for a very high profile interview, you're a very senior person, you're going for an interview, and if you're wearing one of the finest suits money can buy, tailor-made, you put this on, it'll really augment your style, never fail you. Tamdao by Diptyque. tremendous statement maker. Very, very classy. Next fragrance on my list is a lavender and vanilla fragrance. Lavender and vanilla is a deadly combination. And in this fragrance, it is even more charming. It is 1725 by Histoire de Parfum. 1725 is a very unique fragrance. In spite of using lavender, the emphasis is not on creating a barbershop fragrance or a clean sheet smell. The emphasis is on creating a warm, welcoming, clean smell. And they've been so successful. They've even created a more fresher, woodier scent using the smell of licorice. And along with that licorice, there's this beautiful ambery, vanilla and bitter almonds. It's a classy, classy fragrance. One of the most, if you know my channel, if you've watched my reviews, one of the most remarkable feedbacks I got, praises, compliments I got, was wearing this fragrance to work. Very classy, very polished, very attractive as well, and most importantly, immensely warm and comforting. 1725, also known as 1725 Casanova by Histoire de Parfum. Can't go wrong. This has to be in your collection if you're a classy gentleman. Last two left, recently reviewed. It's a spicy woody fragrance and it is a vintage YSL Opium. Now, the current formulation is equally nice, a little bit more fresher, but absolutely beautiful. So this one here is a new love for me. I've had this in my collection for about 8 months now. I've just recently reviewed it. Absolute knockout scent. This is about fruits, herbal lavender, woods, spices, wood, cedar, spices. And then hidden in that is a smell of barbershop shaving gel. What a scent this is, guys. And the most amazing thing, the dry down has the most delectable note of Tolu balsam. Opium is the right name. It's incredibly well fashioned, well tailored, and extremely addicting. And when people smell this on you, they feel completely drawn towards you. So if you're a businessman, if you are a very high profile entertainer, stylish person, I'd highly recommend this to you. This has this amazing charisma of drawing people close to you. And I, who's got more than 500 fragrances in his collection, when I smelled this, I thought to myself, why didn't I go and sample this before? It was always in my to buy list or to sample list. I never did it. But when I did, I was absolutely floored. One of the most nicest woody spicy fragrances money can buy. YSL Opium. Get this or sample this. Now the last one on the list. It's an amouage. It's a vetiver scent. I started with the vetiver. Let's end with the vetiver. Amouage Diamant. What a scent this is, guys. This is completely un-amouage-like. It's aldehydic, fruity vetiver with loads of amber, but very subtle. That's what makes this fragrance so incredibly delightful. If you're a top-class lawyer, if you're a judge, someone who exudes power over others, just try this fragrance. I don't have to convince you. Just go and sample this fragrance. You'll realize how classy this fragrance is. It's not loud, but it exudes power. Fruits like plum, flowers like peony, aldehydes. You'll think that this is a feminine fragrance. This is proper masculine fragrance. Just like opium, it draws people close to you, and once you smell it, you will not be disappointed at all. It's one of the most beautifully made vetiver, fruity vetiver fragrances that is fresh, delightfully depth. It has delightful depth, and it is, as I said, one of those fragrances that exudes power without even saying a word. What a beautiful scent this is, guys. Amouage Diamant. So I'm hoping, these are the 10 here, so I'm hoping you really enjoyed this list. It's going to give you some ideas if you're looking for fragrances that really augment your style statement, a classy, refined, gentlemanly scents. Then here are the 10. There are many more that I could have added. For example, Green Irish Tweed. I mean, it goes without saying, one of the most classiest fragrances out there. But it's not in my list. I'll probably do a second part, maybe a third part as well. So it'll be there. As I said before, if your most favorite one isn't in this list, probably it'll appear in this part 2 and part 3, which I intend to do very soon. There'll be sequels to this video. But I'm hoping these 10 are delightful choices for you. And if you do sample it, you'll probably be really thankful that you watched this list. If you did really enjoy this video, do give it a like, because that helps the YouTube algorithm to spread the video. Take care. Bye-bye.